day.
Sounds so professional.
Yeah. It's another day, another episode.
Oh,
all right.
Episode 23.
What?
Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. We're almost a quarter of a way to episode 100.
Because that would be 25. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us on episode 23. I'm V.
I'm Nathan.
And we are your React Lords. You're such a jerk. Before we jump into some reactions to weird news, with such weird news, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, after setting up all the fucking tabs.
Yeah, 2023 is weird. It's weird.
It's already strange.
Yeah.
It's already strange. Personal news, dude. What's going on in your life lately? Dude, it's been a whole week.
I was actually pretty excited about personal news because I did something new the other day.
Share with the class.
Yeah, I took Long Beach's free shuttle service. They picked me up at a designated spot.
Where generally is it? Like you have a few spots, or I was curious when you left. Is it like an Uber, just like I'm gonna tell you exactly where I am?
No, it was like there was on the map like a designated area that I had to walk to get picked up.
So it's like an Uber pool situation. It's like
and
walk
so I
to
got
the nearest.
in, and it was actually it was full. Like it was a pool situation.
Were they all drunk?
No, I think they were on their way to get drunk. And because the shuttle service ends at 10. So when I left here, it was still pretty early. I think it was like 7.
Respect. Yeah.
But I got in. It was totally full except for one
7.
seat.
We partied hardy last night, didn't we?
Yeah,
7.
we did. But we also started partying. I think we can give ourselves the pass on that one. Anyway, I get into the pool. Actually, even context, right? The vehicle itself is an electric goat cart. Or like a...
Wait, it's open?
Yeah, I said goat cart.
There's no like...
It's like a golf cart.
Yeah. No, I imagine it as soon as you said it, but so that doesn't mean it has no doors. So it's like no windows. It's just open and breezy.
It's not... It's like
in the ring?
Semi-open. It's like if you put a tent on top of it.
Tell me they had trash bags though, at least, because it was pouring last night or yesterday.
I was completely dry and actually kind of warm in there. Like it was completely fine. But it was like a golf cart shaped vehicle, and it was like thin doors, thin like rooftop thing, but it wasn't like fabric. It was awesome. like plastic, like a thin plastic or something.
Okay, and it took you all the way home?
Yeah, it took me pretty much there.
What's the radius then? It has to be a few miles.
It's like from downtown to like the Retro Row area.
Yeah, that's expansive, dude. That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty large of a like of an area for it to like drive through. Completely free. And I got to sit in the front seat because all the other seats were taken, right? So I'm sitting next to the driver.
Is that a new program or what?
I think it's a new program. I started seeing the shuttle around like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. But I think it started operating even before then.
Right.
But it's like kind of a weird schedule. Monday through Wednesday, they don't do anything. They're closed. Thursday through Sunday,
Thursday.
Yep. But Thursday is kind of like a short day. It's only, it's from 6 to, or 4 to 8 or 4 to 9 or something like
for
that.
your local shuttle.
But it was super fun. When I got on the inside, it was like really big on the inside, and the front windshield was huge. I can't even
envision this now. You said golf cart, so I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? You're on a resort, you have like two rows of 2 seats. There's you, a driver, a passenger loaded up. Are you talking like one of them Disney trams?
Yeah, it was almost like a Disney tram.
Yeah, or
that's
like
a better description.
Have you ever went to a what is it called? A Six Flags and in Vallejo. Have you ever been to that one?
I've never been to Six Flags. I have been to Disneyland. I've been to Universal Studios.
Six Flags is a place where, you know, parents take their kids when they can't afford Disneyland. And I went there a lot as a kid. And I just remember the parking lot being about half a mile away from the actual park. So you'd have to either walk if you're...
Sure.
And we did that maybe a handful of times. But there was a tram too. If you were lucky enough to be in line for it, you could actually get on it. But it was like the limousine of the golf carts.
Okay,
Was
it wasn't
like
quite that. It wasn't quite that big.
Dude, it was so big.
Sit 7. So 6 in the back.
That's pretty small still.
Yeah. It's
like one of them beer carts kind of deal, like a group thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good though still. Still better than Elon Musk's Tesla.
Oh, and way more efficient because it was fully electric and like worked.
Well, so is Elon's, but at least it seats 7. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'm just saying, when I called this vehicle, it showed up and it completed the ride. I don't know if Elon Musk can say that.
In a timely way too. You didn't have to stand in a line.
Yeah, you know? I didn't really do much waiting. I just got on and got off.
Yeah, you are the perfect person for that, though. I tell you what. Yeah, you love those kinds of programs.
Shout out to my driver, Rob. You know, coming to the shop. I told you I'd get your first drink, so thank you for driving me home safe. And in the rain, like this shuttle was operating in the crazy California rain that we're having right now.
We're going to talk about that later. It was crazy. And for some reason, we decided it would be a really smart idea to go out in it and head out to a Costco.
It was an adventure. It was an adventure.
It was an adventure that I didn't like.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm just remembering.
What?
I left my churro in your car. It's still there.
Dude.
I forgot.
Dude, do you want it still, or
I mean, I'll still eat it.
Why not?
I have no shame.
Yeah,
like I put it in the microwave, and it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be.
But it is in there. Like I know exactly. I like brain blast, you know.
But yeah, dude, I remember we were putting everything back in the car, and it was raining already, pretty bad when we got there. But when we left, the river had formed in the Costco parking lot. Do you know what I mean? And it was just dumping. Some would say,
and not the usual river.
Some would say it was just dumping.
Yeah, not the usual river of like customers waiting for your parking spot. It was like actual water.
It was pretty bad. It was really bad actually. But we're gonna look at some TikToks and stuff that's come out of this torrential downpour, and it's been coming in cycles, so we keep getting this reprieve of like no rain, and then we get slammed. And for the first bit, you know, we weren't too affected, so I didn't really think much of it. But the last few days I've been seeing a lot of flooding and a lot of weird stuff, so we'll dive into that actually.
Totally.
But any other personal news?
Any other personal news?
Oh, I have some.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't affect the podcast, but I do start my last semester like in a week on like the 24th.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get so busy, dude. I'm so worried. I'm gonna be so tired.
Yeah, but then you're gonna be, it's gonna be like extremes, right? You're gonna be super busy, but then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, I got fucking free time.
Let's go. Yeah. I can't wait to be done with it. I cannot wait to be done with it.
Oh, our new permanent co-host just came.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Sebastian, my give him some pats, getting some shakes in.
Come on, Sebastian, you want to come show your face? Come show your gorgeous face.
Yeah. But yeah, last week of freedom until the crunch time, and you're right though. As soon as it's done, boom, I'm gonna be feeling good and free again.
Totally.
Yeah, that's about all I got, man. Personal news. Been a slow start to the year. Chilling. Like I said, I have been in school, man. I've been hanging out, doing work, just work.
I can relate to that. You know, I am, you know, this is the first time I'm saying it kind of like out loud to the public, but I used to work at a middle school. I say used to. I've still technically work there right now.
Still work there, yeah.
But I have put in my 2 weeks, and I will no longer be working there. To any students who may be watching this, you guys are the first to know. I haven't told anyone else except for, you know, the people who like run the place. Yeah, it's gonna be my last semester. Just need a mental break for myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm burning out and I'm not showing up with my best self, and I don't like that. So this is me taking a break for my mental state.
Yeah, fair enough, dude. Again, it's been really tough.
It has been.
2023, year of growth.
Yep. I'm excited. It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
I am excited to have this break, but you know, I would be lying if I didn't say that this school has played a major part in like my most recent growth, like in the last 5 years. That's a long time to be at one job. You know?
What is that?
what
are you drinking?
Drink?
Yeah.
My dark green ass drink.
Dude? Yeah.
It's my
it looks like poop.
Dark chocolate acai smoothie from True Nature with spirulina. It makes you feel.
What are these words?
It makes me feel so fucking healthy,
no.
And it tastes like pretty good. It has dark chocolate, cacao nibs, acai, almond milk, and some other stuff. I add the spirulina someone had recommended
what is
it to me.
spirulina, man?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't fucking know really. I know it's green, and it's supposed to be like
a power,
kind of like
super
kale.
Green of some sort.
Oh, and there's kale in here,
Okay.
But like, he said it would like help me like be regular, you know. So I thought that would be good. And like, I haven't had a lot of like greens in the last 2 days, so I was like, fuck it, just make me feel healthy. And I feel so healthy. I don't feel bloated. I feel like, really good right now.
And that was personal news.
Let's fucking wrap it up.
Oh man, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate you being vulnerable. All right. Let's get into it, dude. It was a week for the internet. Lots of debates have happened on the internet. My favorite one was the gas stove debate, and I brought it up to you yesterday because I saw a few headlines about it, and you were like, "Tell me more."
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, I don't know much about it. All I knew was like something's happening in Florida, and there's a lot of Floridians that are pissed off, and a man is coming for their gas stoves. And I honestly, I needed to learn more. So
I don't trust them with this gas stove business anyway. Like, come on, you got to put an age limit or like a mental capacity limit on,
So I haven't learned too much more, except again, Floridians are mad about it, and it looks like they want to ban gas stoves because a lot of reasons. It's just funny. It's funny. So a heated debate obviously was brought up, and Twitter erupted. Mm-hmm. And this is some things that Twitter, in interviews, emails, social media posts have posted to Twitter about.
This one's my favorite.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man cooked on fire first. That's the way it's supposed to work.
I mean, they're not wrong, right? I guess human, did. Oh, hi there.
Yeah, but not even on gas stoves. If you want to really talk about what man cooked on first, wouldn't it be like a fire with wood?
And do correct me if I'm wrong. Man cooked on fire outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying, dude.
With
like
many forms of ventilation, right?
Like a bonfire type situation.
Maybe there was one wall to block the wind, right? Like, I don't think. How are you? I don't know. So, okay, that's a good one, right? Here's another one. When we moved to city apartment, I realized no gas stoves. I was so bummed.
But that's not even true.
I had always cooked with gas. Now I'm a true believer in induction stove tops, which is funny because, like, as an apartment renter myself, I didn't want an electric stove. I actually wanted a gas one, and I'll tell you why. Aesthetic. That's it. I think they look cooler. That's it. I think they look cooler.
Because I think aesthetic wise, the induction stove looks way hotter.
Yeah.
I like cooking on gas better. I just like you have to change your technique when you use an induction stove. And I've never had enough time to practice on it. I've maybe cooked on an induction stove twice, maybe 3 times. And I remember specifically one time just not knowing what I'm doing. Like, the fire wasn't heating the way it was supposed to heat in my mind. The food was not cooking the way it was supposed to cook. Like, visually, it was not doing what I expected it to do.
Right. Here's another one. This quote is, "This is like the people who want to ban fireplaces and wood stoves."
They are banned. Ridiculous. What do you mean?
Yeah, wood stoves they're not allowed in many cities at all. Like, you have to go out to like the boondocks to find them. And even
in Long Beach, you can't build a place with a new fireplace. You
can't?
Only get a fireplace if it's grandfathered in, like the building was old enough.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so this is the debate, right? And then this is really the crux of it for the people that are getting, I guess, mad about it in Florida. The Floridian policymakers, they're saying, hey, man, it kind of goes beyond my desire for the aesthetic, right? Their desire just to want to be contrarians to what liberals want. Not even liberals, right? It's Floridian policymakers. They say that it's about environment, health, safety, culture, money, geography. It's about a plethora of reasons. But what I think is most interesting is this Twitter user pointed out that Florida doesn't have a huge population of gas stoves as it is. In fact, they fall into the lower percentile of gas stove users. In California, it's us.
I know,
actually,
that really surprised me.
that is leading the way. I think it's people like me that just is like, I think it's really pretty in an apartment to have a gas stove.
Yeah.
It was one of my, like, I don't know, this is really sounding like I'm such a jerk. It's one of the boxes I wanted to check. My wife loves cooking, so I really wanted the gas stove for her, especially the middle burner with the 5,
Yeah. And that makes sense. I think if you're like
am I bad? I don't know.
Amateur cook, or you like you consistently cook at home. Like I'm saying consistently, like 5 out of 7 days, right? Gas makes sense. I get it. But if you aren't, like, I don't understand. Like, I just imagine most people don't cook at home.
I use my microwave a lot.
Yeah. But that's not gas, right? Like,
I'm also not going to lie to you. Lower down on that checklist I was mentioning earlier was a microwave that was on the middle console. Have you seen those? Those are so clutch because I'm short and I would like that a lot. I want to see the food that I'm making. Didn't get that. But I did get my gas stove. So I am a gas...
I love these boxes that you like checking off.
I know. It's so like shallow.
I think if in the future I ever move, the box I want to check is
I think that is fair.
That
is
really,
a fair
like,
thing to want.
Get concerned about like how much water I'm wasting by washing my dishes. I've even considered, like, I haven't done it and I have since retracted, but I had considered like washing my dishes at the same time I'm taking a shower.
No.
Yeah, exactly. It was stupid. But I did consider it, and I thought about it.
Water or just time?
Be kind of both, right?
Yeah, but what was your target? What was your goal there?
The water. Because I do take a lot of showers.
Because I know that a lot of people do weird things in showers for a plethora of reasons. Like you never had a shower beer. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's efficient and fun.
It is.
Right? I was just curious. Because like washing dishes in the shower could have cool utility, really. I think we're getting off track.
I completely agree. But that's okay.
I digress.
That's okay.
I digress.
We're back to personal news.
Hi, Zappers. Hi, Zappers. You can't see him on the camera. There he is. Hi there, buddy.
Yeah, he's got the natural camo.
Yeah. Anyway, people, like I said, are pretty upset about this. It's definitely coming from, again, policy makers. This isn't like the liberals coming, out of the woodwork to be like, what do Republicans love? Oh, well, it's the gas stoves. It's not targeted or malicious like that. So I thought it might be interesting to watch this video by Chris Hayes coming out of, I think, MSNBC, with a compilation of other sources to kind of put it in perspective and why this is proposed in Florida and other states, and potentially going to be introduced on a federal level as well. So let's go ahead and see what people are saying about it and some of the reasons why it's happening, just for context.
White House is now attempting.
You wanted to know about this, by the way.
I did.
I'm bringing you the facts.
I'm zoned. You stopped Hannity. Why'd you stop him?
Listen, I got the sources.
To ban all gas ovens.
Safety?
And your family dinner is about to get a lot less tasty.
America's not going to stand for this. There's not a stove like this one could be banned soon.
Nobody's going to tell me I can't cook with gas.
Do you like to cook?
Hashtag not my stove.
With gas? Many people do. I do. Flavor of the food if you can do it. It's reportedly considering a
Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson writing in part, quote, "I'll never give up my gas stove. If the maniacs in the White House come for my stove, they can pry it from my cold, dead hands."
Yo, did you not hear me make that same joke earlier? Did you not hear me make that same joke earlier? I feel like I'm tuned in.
You are tuned
into the zeitgeist.
You're plugged into the hogs.
Cruz.com. I got a petition up and running that we're going to send to the Biden administration and tell them what nonsense this is and have them stop this stuff.
All right, there's a website up already.
Okay, now, as a rule of thumb, anytime you see them going crazy about something on Fox News, you've got about an 80% chance it's just outright nonsense.
Yo, I have something I gotta say.
Before you sign on to Dr. Ronnie
I feel like the agitated propaganda that should come out from the liberal side right now is...
from Chris Hayes. Is what he should say. Ron
DeSantis wants to kill your induction stove. It's just literally the opposite. The Republicans want to kill your induction stove. They want to take away your ability to have an induction stove and an extra $8.50 in your pocket.
So you're saying piss off the foodies?
Yes.
That's dangerous.
That's
dangerous.
It's not because worst case, we're all going out to eat tonight.
You're so stupid, dude. Let's get back to the video.
Let's take a look at what this is about. It all started Monday when a member of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Okay, sorry. One more time. Look,
Talk.
a couple days ago, you asked me like, what's a stupid conspiracy theory that
I did.
Yeah.
I think everybody should have like maybe one. I haven't quite found mine either, but
Why
go
the
on.
fuck is the fire blue, huh? What the fuck are they putting in the fire, dude?
Are you serious right
Why
now?
is the fire blue? That is unnatural. There are chemicals that the government is putting into your gas, and it's evaporating through your gas stove into your apartment. That's how they control your mind.
I don't think the podcast is a good time to explain to you how gas stoves work.
It doesn't matter how they work. I've already infected your mind. You
No.
already know the government's out to get you with the blue fire.
Okay, dude.
It's the blue-haired liberals trying to get you.
Don't make me get across this table.
I'm sorry.
Pose yourself. Back to Bloomberg.
It all started Monday when a member of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission was quoted by Bloomberg News saying the following: that gas stoves are, quote, a hidden hazard. Any options on the table, products that can't be made safe can be banned. Now, that quote is true. He said that, and the first part of that statement is absolutely true. This is something we've been learning over the past few years. More and more studies and more data is accruing that shows that gas stoves really can be dangerous, that they're contributing to a variety of health problems, including, crucially, asthma in kids. In fact, the very next line in that same article says, quote, natural gas stoves, which are used in about 40% of homes in the U.S., emit air pollutants such as nitrogen dioxide,
care about the kids?
carbon monoxide.
I mean, health and safety officials, they do on a macro level. I'd like to think that drives policy. I don't know. That sounds reasonable.
I'm just
right?
saying, where were the liberals when they were like, we need the kids in school. We need them in the schools now. When like COVID was still the top 10 most most dangerous thing for kids at the time.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and do whataboutism.
True.
We can do that. We can do.
And fine particulate matter at levels the EPA and World Health Organization.
But I mean, that's pretty significant though, right? I mean, 40% of Americans have gas stoves. And if it really is leading to asthma in childhood, you know, that's not great.
Have said are
I think it could also explain a lot, because I feel like
right?
a lot of kids have asthma nowadays, like more so than and this is just a vibe. I'm fucking not an expert. I don't have any numbers in my mind, but I'm just saying from my own personal experience.
Yeah, they haven't
I meet a
suggested
lot of
any
kids
numbers
with
either.
Autism. With
It's
I
true
meet
too.
a lot of kids with asthma. I want to say something, but I'm not going to.
You're not going to.
I'm not going to.
You're not going to. And you know what's
No.
funny though is this actually hasn't pointed at any specific data other than 40% of Americans have gas stoves, and that gas stoves have been linked by the EPA and World Health Organization to respiratory illness, cardiovascular problems, cancers, and other health conditions. So I mean, that's legit. I think it's not like these organizations are conspiring to find health issue, right? Let's continue. I don't know. I don't know.
Cardiovascular problems, cancer, and other health conditions. Now, I don't like this news. I too like cooking with gas stoves, but that's what the data say increasingly.
I
Dangerous
think it looks
emissions in your
cool.
kitchen, which really does not
No.
seem like the kind of thing you would want to just leave alone. You probably want to do something about it. Here's the thing, of course. No one is coming for your gas stove. They are offering cash incentives if you buy a non-gas unit, like one of the awesome new induction stoves. The chair of the Consumer Product Safety Commission clarifying today, quote, I am not looking to ban gas stoves, and the CPSC has no proceeding to do so.
Oh.
Another CPSC commissioner clarified, quote, to be clear, CPSC isn't coming for anyone's gas stoves. Regulations apply to new products. For Americans who choose to switch from gas to electric, there is support available. Congress passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which includes an $840.
That's actually a substantial amount of money for, people who have the ability to actually buy a stove. $840.
Actually, it kind of makes me think like what is the average price for like a new stove?
It made you think that?
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it.
It's a few thousand
right now. You think
for a good one? Yeah, it's a few thousand.
What about like middle of the ground, like average price?
About 1,500 for a good one. I mean, again, if you're, what are the ones with the coils? Is that gas as well, or is that electric? Because the induction ones are pretty cool. I think I know what you're talking about. Like when you watch, again, foodie YouTube videos, you see the ones that are like the single plates. Those are expensive plates already. So when you're thinking about buying an induction stove that has 4 of those, you're already at $2,500 easy.
Yeah, you're right. It's about
minimum
$1,160.
Oh, for induction or a gas?
For a 30-inch induction range.
Oh, okay. That's not actually as bad as I thought it was.
You can find them starting at 600, but the average is 11.
Yeah. That is wild. And I mean, again, I that incentive, $840 to switch over is fire.
I think so.
No pun intended.
What if you go for the lowest one, 600, you get to keep 250.
Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of Tesla, actually. They just lowered 2 of their models to meet the Inflation Reduction Act's subsidy for electric vehicle purchases. So they now meet that requirement and drop. I think it was like a 14% price cut.
And I'm sure Elon somehow is getting more money.
Actually, I don't think so. It might be an indication that Tesla's not doing too well, if you think about it, because if they're cutting their prices, they want to stimulate purchases, right? Which means they want to like have more Teslas be sold. I wonder if that has anything to do with their carbon credits they used to sell.
Okay.
Because so many new car manufacturers are jumping into this EV game. You know what I mean? Now they don't have as many people to sell their carbon credits to.
Because there's more competition.
So now they have to do something to stimulate car purchases. So maybe qualifying their customers for these subsidies that are offered by the Inflation Reduction Act could stimulate that. I don't know. This was something I was talking to my coworkers about. But yeah, something that, I don't know. It reminded me of that because the credit for electric or induction, which is a kind of cooler. Again, the coils are electric, right? Like when you kind of see those old white stoves that have the black coils on it.
Yeah.
That's electric.
Okay.
Right. No, I don't know. Is that true? Because that's what every apartment has, right? Is the white stove that has
count as induction?
Induction.
Yeah. When it's the coils that turn orange, like they get heated up.
Yeah, they're on the like external coils though, right? They're not on the inside. There's no glass on top. It's just the coils.
I think those are induction, but I think those are really dangerous. Just personally, in my personal use of them.
Right.
Just because they cool down very, very slowly, and it's on the outside, so like you brush up against it on accident, you put something down that you shouldn't really put down. That's gone. That's gonna be melted. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be broken. Glass will shatter. Yeah, it's crazy.
Honestly, it's so interesting that this debate even took off because like gas stoves versus like electric stoves, like
so weird. Like it's such a weird thing to argue about, especially at the level of Congress. Like,
yeah, this is an interesting wedge issue to latch onto. Considering gas stoves, though, like they're great. I had nothing against them. I didn't think twice about them until this stupid debate hit Twitter and I was forced upon me. But I think it's pretty interesting. This Twitter user pointed out some funny bits come out of this debate as well. This person said you could probably get the Republicans to start eating lead paint chips if you pointed out that liberals wanted to control how much lead you consume. And I'm thinking, this is interesting, tactic.
Personally speaking, I kind of want to limit the amount of lead you consume.
I mean, that
like zero. I want you to have zero.
That's very
0% lead.
It's very liberal of you.
What can I say?
Some other funny bits also surfaced out of this weird debate about gas stoves. This person is poking at the egg shortage we're having by saying they're going to cook $20,000 worth of eggs before the government seizes their gas stove. And again, no one's seizing anybody's gas stove, right? So many eggs.
I love the intersection of these two zeitgeist points in this one tweet.
It's so stupid. We saw that egg shortage firsthand too.
Yeah, we did. We saw people fucking lining up, like waiting like freaking seagulls.
Shout out Costco.
Yep. Shout out Costco.
Here's another funny bit to come out of the debate. This individual says, mad about liberals coming to steal your gas stove? Tell them to shove it by completing the gas stove challenge. Turn your burners up without lighting them and bask in it. It's so, like, it's funny. It's dark. It's dark.
Did you see the, like, notation under it? Readers added context they thought people might want to know.
What's the context?
Leaving an unlit gas source open is extremely hazardous. Sparks from static or electronics could cause ignition. An excessive inhalation of natural gas may cause injury or death.
They really said, Republicans, be careful. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Speaking of liars, this is a funny bit too. George Santos, historical liar here, inventor of the gas stove.
He should be like nominated for like a Nobel like STEM thing. I use my stove every day. Thank you, George.
Thank you, George Santos. He'll be claiming that one on his next resume for sure. For sure.
He also shits gold. I don't know if you did that, but
yeah, it's again an interesting wedge issue, right? That Republicans are like, I don't know. They think that Democrats want to ban so many things, and they always create these wedge issues around them.
They want to ban everything fun.
Here's a short recap of the things that liberals want to take away from you. Gas stove is now leading the list, right? Cars, gas cars, bags, straws, guns, light bulbs, fracking, drilling offshore. These terrible, terrible things.
Did you know? In addition to Ted Cruz having bad takes, he also liked porn on 9/11.
Stop! No, no.
And
he did do that. Trigger warning, Ted Cruz. Trigger warning, Ted Cruz.
He loves porn on 9/11.
Stop! No. Can I help you, Bubby?
He heard porn?
No,
9/11?
He's not like that. He's not like that.
My favorite subjects.
What is really interesting is, again, Ted Cruz is pointing these things out, right? Before we jump into it, I think I got to take my dog out.
No trigger warning.
Yeah, no trigger warning. Well, here's your trigger warning. We're going to pause the broadcast. So there's going to be a jump in the broadcast because my dog has to go out. And the last thing I want is him imping on my carpet in the studio. So BRB and pause. And just like that, we're back.
And we're back. We never left.
Yeah. All right, so Republicans, they are, mad that the gas stoves are dangerous and they cause health problems. And, they're mad at the liberals who wanted to help that and provide subsidies for those that want to move away from, gas stoves, if that's what they want to do. So obviously Ted Cruz had to come out and make this giant list of other things that liberals want to prevent others from doing. So I ask you, Nathan, what do the Republicans, what do they want to bring back? Maybe what do they want to unban? All of these things? No. No. The first thing that they did after reclaiming the House was unban smoking in the Capitol. So now you can have your cigar in your law office or whatever you're doing on Capitol Hill.
I hope they are. Burn them all. Smoke up. Keep smoking that pack. Never stop. All right. Once one's done, light up another.
Oh wait, hold on. This and metal detectors at the Capitol Hill is what they also unbanned.
Like they want to get rid of them?
Well, so these are the things. Remember that liberals banned, were rather brought in. So they brought in metal detectors to ban guns and other things that like weapons, right? That's why they brought the metal detectors in, was to ban weapons.
Yeah.
Republicans now, they said no more metal detectors, right? The liberals banned smoking in Capitol because health risks, so secondhand smoking. So Republicans then said no, bring back the smoking. It's just interesting that these are the things that they want to focus on as their first, orders of business here.
I think they should bring back the telegraph. Let's really go back. Fucking ban the cell phones. No. Official correspondence only by telegraph.
They did ban Twitter. They did ban TikTok recently off of government issued phones. I don't know if that was, I think it was bipartisan, but they did actually ban communications via TikTok or something.
They should just ban all social media then.
You think so?
For congressional phones?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Just fucking even it out. Like
Why not?
what? TikTok because it's Chinese, huh? Why?
I do think so. I think it was like ByteDance, the company of some sort. Was I don't know actually. I've not looked too into that. Curious though, very curious. But so anyway, my main point here was because it was interesting. I wanted to end on a light note with this tweet. It's just really funny. Okay.
Jessica says, "Hear me out. Leave your gas stove on, and then light your cigarette inside. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone." Or should I say kill 3 birds with 1 stone?
Listen, I don't know why Twitter has not added a clause, but if you do that, likely harm will follow.
No,
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do
Jessica's
that.
got the clause.
It's a that was a joke in response to Tucker Carlson saying this about smoking being back at Capitol Hill.
So you have to kind of wonder why.
So you have to
tobacco
kind of wonder.
so dangerous. Well, we thought we would ask a member of Congress who uses it, who smokes an occasional cigar. Troy Nels joins us tonight. Congressman, I'm grateful that you're here.
Bro,
Willing to
he's
stand
got
up
the fucking
for
cigarettes
most
coming out
American
his breast
pleasures, which
pocket.
is Tobacco, sorry to say it, it's true. It founded the country. Tell us why it's important for you to burn a cigar.
Did you get that?
No, I missed it.
Yeah, you were
I'm
talking
shocked.
through. You were talking through. He's got cigars right here. That's what Nathan was saying.
Yeah.
He's got
This
3
is
of
like
them.
a thank you for smoking type scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, listen.
You're here, willing to stand up for the most American of all pleasures, which is tobacco. Sorry to say it, it's true. It founded the country. Tell us.
It founded the country is actually how he ended that. And let me just get your take. I think that's a really like good point that he's making ultimately though, right? I mean, smoking is back on the Capitol. You know?
It's a difference of perspective though.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
like
for sure.
I feel like if you're going back to the founding of the country, there were 2 products. Tobacco and slavery.
Yeah.
And to make the tobacco, what'd they use? Slavery. So like what really, founded the country?
So, I mean, he's not wrong. And it's back in Capitol Hill. This is one of their first things that they decided to do. It's so ludicrous, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just so, I almost like just the things that they want to focus on. I think it's going to be a really interesting year. I think we'll have tons of kind of like the wedge issue debates that are so. I don't want to call them hilarious because they're not at the heart of the issue. It's just like it's not good, but it is pretty funny. It is pretty funny. They're arguing about stoves. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
I think if I can make a prediction for the rest of this year is that we're going to have a lot of like touch and go like topics like this.
Yeah.
Whereas like you're never going to feel any like completion or like finish or closure until I think 2024 is when shit will really blow up.
With the election year?
Yeah.
I think it's going to get wild. And I do think more wedge issues will be created so that election year is jam-packed with plenty of debates for the ratings of these news shows. So obviously,
people just get more performative.
Yeah.
And just everyone associated, 100%. Not just with people like fighting for the presidency.
Yeah.
Talking like the U.S. in general
totally
will feel way more heightened.
In
2024.
All I'm saying is it's funny for now until it's not funny.
Yeah, we'll laugh now and cry later.
I think that is actually a good way to kind of put this.
Yeah.
Which is a good segue into the next part because I know we talk about Twitter. We talk about Twitter a lot.
Hey, I mean, how can you not?
Yeah, it's been a fun ride on there too, and I've honestly appreciated the downfall of it. It's made for good content for us. Yeah. And many others on the internet. And there's other places on the internet that are trying to capitalize on this moment. We had Mastodon that we talked about a few podcasts back. And obviously Rumble is no new fighter in the debates here of who's going to be this social media next one that steps in here. And I think this is a pretty good article coming out of Rolling Stone that is sort of encapsulating what's happening on Rumble right now, and it's far right hold. It seems to have a lot of superstars on it. Yeah.
I haven't had too many like personal experiences with Rumble. It's always like
To
I hear
clarify,
something
I'm
about...
not on Rumble. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what's
Neither
going on
of
Rumble
us
either.
Are on Rumble.
No.
So I don't even know what the interface
Hold
looks
on,
like.
yeah.
I don't know how you digest this type of like content, but I mean, I acknowledge it's there. I just I don't see anything that interests me. And if it's gonna be like a far right content pool, like.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know what Rumble is, it's like it's a competing social media platform for like conservatives, right? So you have Mastodon, which is seeming to be like the leading like fringe social media for like leftists or liberals mostly right now. And this is that for right wingers for the most part. So they want to like give freedom of speech is their big promise. So that's kind of like what this is. So it says that Donald Trump Jr. has an exclusive deal with this social media platform, and he has, encapsulated 1 million subscribers so far. And its users, it's pretty active for being a fringe social media. And I think that's why, Rolling Stone and so many like it have written about it. In a significant capacity.
Would you say that that's mostly because of the users rather than like the success or the efficacy of like the actual app itself?
So it's not an efficient app. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah, this article says...
The reality is that despite this formidable audience, his videos often struggle to crack 10K views.
Which is low for audiences.
Yeah.
I mean, even like we posted a stupid short and we cracked 8K without trying, right? And he's got 1 million
Weird
subscribers.
flex, but okay.
I thought it was kind of fun to throw that in there. But I mean, think about it. If you have 1 million subscribers, more than 10,000 should be watching. And that's barely like 5%? Audience retention. That's bad.
It is bad.
That's not good, especially for one of its top users, allegedly, right? Donald Trump Jr. with an exclusive contract on it.
And I think we would have to look at each individual. We couldn't really like combine the stats of a lot of Rumble users because like it seems as though the conservative base fractured a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it says it has 78 million active users in the month of August. So again, just a comparison.
That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, if that were, even if they were slowly trickling off, that's still, millions of active users a month.
Yeah, true.
And I don't know why it's sending me to Twitter. Anyway, this is Tucker Carlson kind of talking about Rumble in defense and its mission and vision. And again, I wouldn't even be bringing this up if it wasn't being written about significant, as if it was significant.
There's enough clout here that we kind of have to address.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up.
It was the summer of 2020 where...
And before you give me a deep sigh, we will not be watching a 4-minute Tucker Carlson clip. I promise. I promise.
I get
I promise.
From the House Intel Committee, ranking member of the House Intel Committee, Congressman Devin Nunes. Imagine this, like a Canadian, nothing to do with politics. Don't like, obviously you follow it, but like you get an incoming from the House Intel Committee. You're like, holy shit, am I under investigation?
Yeah.
The House Intel Communication?
So I get on a call.
Intel, not incel. Intel with a T.
He asked me the simplest question. He's like, Chris, if I bring my content to your platform and I search my name, am I going to be able to find it? And I'm like, yeah, thinking like there's some kind of censorship investigation.
Search his name? Who the fuck are you? I don't fucking know you.
So, so in context, dude, Tucker Carlson's talking, right? I should have read it. The CEO of Rumble.
Yeah.
Fuck this link thing,
I
dude.
understand that, but who, like, I don't get why do the Canadians come to the United States and like LARP so fucking hard?
Nunez is essentially a Nazi, right? I mean, so he's been shadow banned off of essentially every platform. That's the context also behind what he's saying here. He's saying on my platform, you're not going to be shadow banned, buddy. We have free speech here. Interesting plea for a platform. Nazis find some safety here, right? Again, this is what's outlined in the Rolling Stone article, okay? So here's another defense, one of the tweets that I thought was pretty interesting before we move on from this article. Jesus Christ, dude. It's a whole thing. Here is our buddy, Glenn Greenwald, incredibly excited to announce the debut of System Update, his new show to air nightly live on Rumble. Yeah, and again, very short announcement here. We're not even going to watch it.
He fell off so hard.
These are the kinds of people that Rumble's attracting. So obviously it's not, I don't know, it's longevity unlikely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unlikely to actually cause the disruption. I think it's hoping to make, even though it has millions of users, it doesn't seem to be effective. It doesn't seem to be good. I'm just not going to get on it and find out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I completely agree. I don't know anyone who's like made the switch to Rumble. I doubt it will last that long, just because like it costs a lot to run servers and stuff, and
it does.
I don't know if it's gonna generate the wealth that they think it's going to. I think it will be around for a while, but it's gonna be a very slow death, but death nonetheless. I think it will end at some point.
Yeah, it is. It's like not clear how they're gonna make much money from this. They do, like, they're trying to get big names. It feels kind of like that Tibby situation. Is that what it was called? You remember that? Was it Tibby?
Yeah.
It was an app that like blew up, and it's not even
Quibi.
Tibby. Quibi. Well, yeah, that app that like blew up with all those short form content and like these little episodes from like really famous people. This is like a niche of that.
Yeah.
Right? This is very niche sort of form of that for like the right.
Yeah, whereas Quibi was supposed to be for everybody, Rumble's like
the mainstream, right?
Nah.
No.
Only for the Republican or only for conservatives.
Yeah, and unlike Quibi, I mean, much like Quibi, I guess, you have to pay for its content in like a subscription model, right? And obviously they'll have ads, so...
Is Truth Social... Yeah, Truth Social is kind of like Rumble in the same sense, right? But Truth Social is more Twitter, whereas Rumble's more TikTok-y.
I think Rumble has a video emphasis on it, more so than Truth Social, or is it vice versa? I'm glad I don't know. I'm not too versed. And maybe someone that is maybe gone down some of these rabbit holes a little bit more extensively can let us know in the comments.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Next week, you'll catch the React Lord pod out on Rumble.
No, you won't. No, you won't. But to wrap this like really pitiful thing up, the last thing I wanted to point out in this article is Rumble is not doing well. They posted a net loss of $1.8 million in its first quarterly earnings since it went public. And that's $6.5 million in expenses. And it was quoted here, costs related to incentivizing top content creators to promote and join the platform. So just like Quibi, they're overpaying content creators to make content on their platform. And that's not going to be enough.
Where's our boy Alex Jones? I haven't seen one Alex Jones mention on Rumble.
I think he does have an exclusive contract with Truth Social or Rumble. He does have an exclusive contract with one of these.
I'd be really surprised if he didn't. Like, isn't that their boy?
They need to get together, dude. They need to come together and figure this out because this is a lot for the internet to handle. It just is. It's too much. It is
too much. The internet is too much.
Yeah.
The internet is too much.
I 100% agree, dude. But I do love it. I love kind of basking in the too much, in the extra, the excess. You know what I mean?
Okay, you can have my portion then. Are you ready for a lighter note, though? Are you ready?
Is it a lighter note?
I mean, it's as light as it's gonna fucking get, though.
Listen, I think we can try to lighten it up because we do live in California.
Yes.
I think we do have a little bit of, we have a little wiggle room here to kind of make fun of what's happening. We've experienced it. We're in it. We're living through it. Anyway, if you haven't heard, we're about to inform you that California is underwater.
Fresno a little bit more than the rest of us.
It is interesting though, right? Because Southern California hasn't got the same extent, but that's not really true. We've gotten a lot of winds and like cycles of like powerful water, but we haven't experienced the infrastructure like flooding that a lot of California pretty much above the grapevine has. And this is Fresno. I'm just gonna play it. I think it's gonna speak for itself. This is what's going on in California, guys.
I want to know, like, what are we using as a fish leash?
Yeah, right.
Like, what is that material? It looks a little straggly.
Yeah, so for those maybe not watching and listening, this is a fish on a sidewalk because it's underwater. Being walked what appears to be on, what, a shoelace? A cord. An auxiliary cable? I don't What is this, dude? What is this?
It's awesome.
I don't know. Fresno's not the only one to be hit. This is kind of crazy. So I think this is Big Sur on the 1.
Oh shit!
Look at this gaping hole, brother.
Yeah, that's a landslide.
Landslide.
I was thinking of Fleetwood Mac.
And I've been
That's fucking scary. What if you were on that? That's what that always makes me think of. Is
We
like, what
have
if I
been
was
on
there?
that.
No, I mean like when it fell.
Oh yeah, well I'm
But
just
we
saying
have
like
been
we
on
have
it.
been on that, like statistically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
More likely to be on it. I know a lot of people that have gone up to San Francisco very recently, probably taking that exact highway. It's very scary. Got other stuff. So this is I-5 actually in Burbank. So this is Los Angeles. I'm on the I-5 all the time going to work. Crazy stuff happening out there.
Not anytime soon, unless you take your canoe.
Did you buy your boat? This is the car.
No, this is the boat. He says, I don't think we're gonna make it. Yo, there's a whole string of cars. They're all going. Oh no!
Bye-bye, Honda.
Bye-bye, Honda.
Yo, those engines are done.
Yeah, they're flooded.
The engines are done. They're ruined. So let's keep going.
Another one.
This is the LA River.
Yeah, the LA River always looks kind of crazy. This one doesn't surprise me too much. I've seen it like this before.
Yeah, but it is, I mean...
It's crazy.
So it's still crazy, dude. The
And it's
cement's
probably,
barely
like,
holding on, dude.
Dude, instant bacteria. You walk in there,
Oh,
you
it's
dip your
all
toe
needles.
in there.
It's all needles,
dead.
too. Like, they're...
Dead. Insta death.
Dead bodies,
Mhm.
needles, you name it. This is probably one of the grossest rivers to exist in California.
Yeah.
And it actually feeds, I believe, right into the Pacific.
Yep.
So...
That's the express lane to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
And I know you said you see it high all the time.
No, not all the time. Just in my lifetime, I have.
It's been pretty dramatic, though. Like I said, we've experienced maybe not major flooding. We've seen overflowing of the LA River, but we've gotten a lot of winds too.
Mhm.
We'll take a look at that.
The winds have been crazy.
Yeah.
That's new for me, the wind.
Yeah, we got some of the worst weather right after the podcast on Sunday, actually. It's pretty crazy to experience it. And again, see these TikToks. Here's an ocean tornado, brother. Hikers apparently have a hilarious reaction to it. It's nuts.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Imagine seeing that, dog. Saying Kansas?
Ocean, where's the sharks at, man? Sharknado!
Where's the sharks at, man?
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, not awesome. It's not awesome, but it's like...
Get out of there. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Next topic.
The next storm.
But I saw someone in Compton, dude.
Yeah.
On a TikTok. I couldn't find it again, but they were like outside of their building, and they're like, I heard there's a tornado coming through. And it's not, I guess it's not classified as a tornado, but like it looked like a tornado, dude. There was like shit flying in the air, and it's just like the winds were crazy. The winds were absolutely bonkers.
There was like, I think several years ago, like it was after 2016, but definitely like before COVID, where in Huntington Beach they had like a little mini tornado too.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
like,
so
flipped a car.
crazy. But yeah, so I mean that was just some of the stuff that I was seeing in the zeitgeist this week. I know you asked me to see that stove thing, so I might have went a little overboard on
I
unpacking
appreciate
that because
I love the zeitgeist of the stove debate.
Because once I started diving in, I was like, this is bonkers. This is so ridiculous.
It's an easy one to have
Overhyped.
an opinion on. Like I like have clear cut opinions on the stove.
Like, it made me kind of second guess myself as a person because like it's so interesting that I too was like, I need that gas stove, man.
Yeah, but hey, your opinion is valid.
Yeah. You know whose opinions aren't valid though. I wanted to end on sort of a funnier note than the just tragedy that is our weather right now.
Don't try me. I feel like I'm going to like.
I already spoiled
collect the furry ire right now.
Yeah, dude, I already spoiled it.
Yeah.
I created a TikTok for our React Lord podcast, and TikTok thought it would be awfully cool to show me a plethora of these like horny avatar TikToks.
I guess people really want to fuck the Na'vi. You know,
I don't
like,
know, dude. It's pretty bad. So I thought we'd leave the audience on this sort of cringe note that there's a section of TikTok out there, folks, and they want a big boy and they want some avatars for some lovers. So here they are, doing that.
With the fucking tongue lick. I don't personally get it.
You know, it's a thing. This is a thing.
I feel like it's like borderline bestiality, right?
No, this can't be. It's not bestiality. It's speciality.
But they have the noses of
it's
like they have dog noses.
It's fictional. They're not real,
they have
man.
like bat ear. Like
they're not animals. They're aliens.
Are they?
Yes, that's literally the premise of the show.
But they like mind meld with the animals. They're like one with the earth. Like they're all.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, you haven't seen the first one?
No.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's not like important to the plot, but it
just
isn't a
assumed they were
mechanic of the
aliens.
alien. I'm just saying, like, if you watch the movie and get more context, I think you might think it's a little bit bestiality-ish.
You're probably right. All I know is when I started our TikTok account, I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned at what TikTok thought we should be looking at, because
they just really like the Na'vi. Like they really like this much. They like
there
it.
was so many things. I only picked a few. I you know, and after liking them, I was like, I'm the problem. They want a big boy.
You know, like, I don't know. How does it make you feel?
I keep liking them. Listen, you know, maybe TikTok was right about us. You don't hate it. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I
don't hate it. You're right. I don't hate it.
They knew it was good content. They're not wrong, dude. Yeah, but as soon as I saw it, I immediately smashed the like button. I was like, I gotta show my homies. This is nuts. And I've showed it to at least 3 people at this point.
I trust you, Luak.
And to those 3 people, I want to apologize sincerely. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got this week, man. That's it.
Great content, you know.
It was a good week.
2023, let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Slow build up to 2024. I see you.
It is. It's going to be a good year. And again, shout out to all the new subscribers. You know, wherever you're coming from, we appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up.
Please like, subscribe. Yeah. And another one out. Episode 23.
We're out of here. Thank you guys. Have a good one.